Hello and welcome to Pages for All Ages. I am Yaneli Cordero.
And I am Jessica Perez.
Pages for All Ages is a mentoring literacy-based project between MDC students and people from the community that promotes literacy as a vehicle of self-expression and personal empowerment.
In this episode, we'll talk to current mentors and hear their personal stories. Also, we have highlights from this wonderful project.
But first, Pages for All Ages is possible thanks to the support of the Homestead Campus president. Since November 2005, Dr. Jean Jacobs has lent her leadership and experience to the Homestead campus.
With us is Homestead Campus President Dr. Jean Jacobs. Welcome. It's such a pleasure to have you on our show today. We really appreciate you coming out and speaking with us today.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm delighted to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wanted to explore a few questions in regards to Miami-Dade College and the Homestead community. How does Miami-Dade Homestead campus play a role in the Homestead and Florida City community?
Well, clearly the Homestead campus provides open access to a college education, and we've been doing that since 1990. And we do that for the southernmost part of the county. That's our mission. That's why we're there. And I believe it's critically important because we're there, many students have an opportunity to attend college. We know that we are rooted in the community, and that's very important to us. The community was instrumental in making sure that campus was established in Homestead. So we have a clear role, and that is to serve the educational needs of that area. We work with a variety of agencies and organizations, educational institutions, all in an effort to continue to help that community grow and thrive. And I think the two of you know, because you see it each and every day in your classrooms, we have students who are first-generation college students. Meaning that they've had no other family member attend college. We have students who are underprepared. We have students who definitely want to make a better life for themselves. And we give them that opportunity. So that's why we're there.
Dr. Jacobs, as you know, many of our students in Pages for All Ages are students who come from migrant communities, the one that our project is in. Can you share your thoughts about the importance of making early connections with students in the elementary and the middle schools specific to the Homestead and the Florida City community?
I think it's critically important for us to instill in students at a very early age the importance of attending college. We have to continue to develop a college learning community. And we know that's critically important because today, more than ever before, most of the jobs will require some form of post-secondary education. So we want to start very early, reaching out to very young children. We want to help to continue to reinforce those skills, and very importantly, language, I believe, would be a critical basic skill for them. When I think about what this project does, I think it helps to build a real love for reading and writing. I think it also helps students to see that there's a critical need for lifelong learning. So it's an opportunity for us to touch elementary and middle school children and reinforce those skills they're going to need to be successful in high school and college. But I think importantly, when you talk about the migrant community, we know that many of these students are in families in which English may not be the first language. And we know that many of them come into the community and they may be middle school age, let me just say, not middle age, but middle school age or older. And so that's very challenging when you're transitioning into a new school environment. And Pages for All Ages helps them to acclimate to the community because they have an opportunity to work with our students at Miami-Dade College Homestead campus. And they have an opportunity to build relationships which can be long-lasting. And our students become role models for them and mentors. So I think that that early connection says to a student, look, I see someone who's in college, I can go to.
Definitely.
Yeah. And many of our students live in the community themselves, so they're neighbors.
Yes.
So the connection is definitely there. Thank you. Finally, we know that Miami-Dade College has positively touched and impacted the lives of many individuals, not only in Miami-Dade County, but even our virtual college students and throughout. How and why are partnerships so important with the community, especially engaging in special projects like this one?
There is real strength in having partnerships with the community because it gives us the ability to work on mutual goals. It gives us the ability to identify specific educational needs that we see in the community. And it gives us an opportunity together to have some collective responsibility for the success of educating that community. So we pride ourselves in having a number of partnerships with community agencies and organizations, and as I mentioned before, educational institutions, business and industry, because we're all in this together. And we know that if we work well together, we're going to build a much stronger community, a community that's going to thrive and that will continue to support the economic growth and vitality of the area. That's why partnerships are important. And I would say to you, this project is not only important in terms of partnerships, but it's important to our students. Our students have an opportunity to provide community service and to volunteer. And that is very important when we think about what we do at Miami-Dade College, but critically important when we think about how we align with our learning outcomes. And the outcome that comes to mind is one of civic engagement. We want our students to have those experiences. We know it will build their leadership skills, and specifically to have those experiences in courses that you teach, because they begin to see the connection and the importance of language, reading, and writing. So I believe it's a rewarding experience for them. It's a partnership that we have with our students, you might say. And then we expand that to the community, and we work with Infamilia and other agencies to make sure that we're serving our children in the community. And so it's been, I think, a wonderful opportunity for us to partner and continue to partner with others and, you know, expand our reach in terms of our students. And I certainly want to thank both of you for the work you're doing, because it is above and beyond in many ways. It's well connected to what you do in the classroom, and you've been able to expose our students to important efforts that we need to continue in the community.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jacobs. We want to thank you. We want to thank you for the support that you have lent us, that you have lent our project, and to the Homestead campus. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you want more information about this service learning model, please call us at 305-237-5127.
We're going to take a short break, but when we come back, we'll talk to the director of ISED and the many positive changes Pages for All Ages has created. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Pages for All Ages is a part of Miami-Dade College Institute for Civic Engagement, ISED. Established in 1994, the department initially focused on developing a service learning program at the college.
With us today is the director of ISED, Josh Young, who will talk about the importance of combining service and learning with academics. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Great to have you. Josh, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and your role as director of ISED?
Okay, well, I've always had a passion for service and giving back And when I graduated from college, I served in the Peace Corps. And it was an amazing experience. I was able to go to Africa and South America. And about 19 years ago, Miami-Dade College was starting a service learning program, and I got hired, and I've been here ever since. And it's just been the most exciting and meaningful period of my life, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Amazing. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for being here today. I'm going to go ahead and start with the first question. Let's discuss the rationale for combining service and learning in higher education. For instance, many educators are not familiar with the concept of academic service learning. In your role as director of ISED, how do you explain the rationale for service learning to a faculty member?
The rationale is simple, it's powerful, it's life-changing. Students learn better, they're more engaged, they help meet needs in the community, and most importantly maybe is we're creating a new generation of future leaders who are going to make this world a better place. I really think that the health and future of our democracy depend on our graduates being well-rounded citizens who understand that life just isn't about how much money you make or your own personal success, but what really matters is being involved, working for the common good, and being a concerned, involved citizen who cares about others. And really higher education, if you look at the history of higher education, it was created to produce good citizens, and we've gotten away from that mission. And service learning programs and programs like you guys are doing with Pages for All Ages, think of the change it's making in your students' lives. They care more, they're more informed, they want to serve when they're finished with the class. I bet many of them continue going back to the homeless shelter when they're done. And we just know this is the best way to apply what you're learning in class. It's active learning, it's hands-on, and it's learning that really sticks. And your students will never forget the experience they're having with En Familia and Pages for All Ages. And that's what education's about.
That's true.
Definitely. I agree.
That's a great point. Josh, we know that service learning has become a growing national movement in both the K-12 setting as well as higher education. What does the research say about the impact that service learning has? Well,
last year at Miami-Dade College, we surveyed 3,300 students to find out what they thought about service learning, and 43% said that the service learning experience confirmed their career choice. Because that's one thing I didn't mention a minute ago. A big part of higher education is preparing students to get jobs and to be employable. And service learning does that. But the experience that they're having is also making a difference. So it's the best of both worlds. It's an internship, but the internship is making a difference. So 43% said it confirmed their career choice. 11% said that they changed their career path because of service learning, and that's equally important. We have so many students that think they want to be a certain career, and it's by the time they spend a lot of money and they find out that's not right for them. So some of the other results we got, about 90% of the students said that the service helped or enhanced their learning of course material and their understanding of lectures and readings. About 90% said that they're more likely to stay involved in the community because of their experience with service learning.
Definitely.
Also get to apply the knowledge as well, which is very important.
One of the main goals.
Yeah, that's one of the main goals.
Something else that we were very pleased with, and I've seen this throughout, is that more than 90% said that they felt service learning should be used in more classes. They wish they had more opportunities and that more faculty would utilize service learning in their classes.
And I do hear that a lot from my students as well. I'm going to move on to the next question because you would be the perfect person for this. MDC is a national leader in service learning. Can you tell us a little bit about MDC's program and history?
Well, we started in 1994. The Corporation for National and Community Service, which is a federal agency, started giving grants to help colleges begin service learning. And in 2000, Dr. Padron saw how successful the program was. There were more than 100 faculty involved. Oh, wow. The campus presidents, the deans went to him and said, this is really making a difference in our student learning and in their ability to be good citizens. And so Dr. Padron created a permanent program in the year 2000. And we've been growing ever since. We have more than 300 faculty involved in the program each year. About 8,000 Miami-Dade College students are out serving in the community every year because of service learning. And it's all because of faculty like the two of you who do, it's a little bit of extra work, as you know, initially. But
it's worth it.
Once you figure out how to do it, you know, it's powerful, and then it really just becomes part of how you teach. Exactly. And you know that it really results in the highest level of teaching and learning.
Definitely. And part of our mission here is to increase those 300 faculties that are involved to hopefully get many more.
Right, because we have about 1,000 class sections
Yes.
involved every year.
That's
So
amazing.
8,000 students sounds like a lot, but it's really the tip of the
It's a
iceberg.
drop in the bucket.
And
We
there's
have
so many other
170,000.
faculty that haven't been made aware yet about the power of this and how they can incorporate these kinds of things into
Definitely.
their classes.
That's really good information. What does the national research say about service learning?
Well, service learning has become such a national movement, both in K-12 and higher ed, that there's a huge body of evidence now that shows how powerful it is. When you look at the major predictors of student persistence and retention, such as positive relationships with faculty, active learning, strong sense of self-efficacy, the capacity to incorporate new values and norms, and many other indicators, service learning is connected to them all. And the research clearly shows that service learning, when done well, improves self-esteem, empowerment, pro-social behaviors, motivation, engagement, relationships, and a sense of belonging. And all of those are directly tied to persistence and success, both in school and in life. And the thing that I love about the Pages for All Ages program is it's a model example of service learning. There's preparation, there's action service, there's reflection, there's demonstration, and it really could be used in many disciplines. And I just commend you guys and thank you for your work, and
Thank
you
you,
represent
Josh.
what's best about Miami-Dade College, so thank you.
Thank you.
Josh.
Thank you for allowing us to spread our mission, because one of the visions that we have of this project is that we would love to see it on different campuses, not just at the Homestead campus. So that's part of our mission in having Pages.
Definitely. Any professor from any discipline can just adopt our model and include it with their students. Thank you, Josh. Thank you so much for being on our show today.
It was my pleasure, it was an honor, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and take another short break, but when we come back, we will talk with two dedicated MDC mentors.
But first, we'll leave you with a video of some of our new authors presenting their book at the ceremony.
In the big blue ocean, there was a mermaid, and her name was Carolina. Carolina is a pretty mermaid who has black hair and loves her parents. She likes shells a lot. She is 8 years old and has lots of friends, but one day she got lost looking for shells.
Miami-Dade College, 8 campuses, 7 bachelor degrees. Miami-Dade College is the largest institution of higher education in the United States. With 8 campuses and 7 bachelor degrees, Miami-Dade College has the right education for you. Film, television and digital production, health science, public safety management, supervision and management, education, electronic engineering technology, and nursing. 8 campuses, 7 bachelor degrees. Miami-Dade College, the power of opportunity.
Welcome back. Mentors are an essential component of Pages for All Ages.
With their help, this program is a success. With us today are Caroline Yepes and Macrina Perez, mentors of Pages for All Ages. Welcome.
Welcome, Macrina and Caroline, to the show. Macrina, the first question for you. How was your experience being a mentor in Pages for All Ages?
Well, this is actually my first semester here at Miami-Dade College.
That's excellent.
So being able to have the opportunity to be a mentor in Pages for All Ages was something that changed my life, something that impacted me as a college student, because I was able to see further beyond, in the life of teaching, in the life of being able to teach a kid to be, a kid. And the funny thing is that when I was there, I was able to actually put myself into their shoes.
Great. That's great.
Caroline, we know that you're majoring in early childhood education.
Yes.
How has actually mentoring helped you to shape not only your career choices, but just education in general?
It's been a great experience. I've done volunteer hours. Actually, for my major, I have to do 20 hours per class. But mentoring has been my first experience doing and out of a classroom setting. And it was great to actually sit on one-on-one with a child and being able to know the child in another perspective way. Because when you're in a classroom, you don't have that one-on-one hand. It's really great to get to know the child. What do they like? What do they do? And it's hard at the beginning, but at the end, we did everything together. It was a great experience.
Macrina, what would be the one thing that you would remember most from your experience at Pages?
Well, the one thing I would remember the most and that impacted me the most was with one of the childs that I had. And she had asked me a question and she was drawing, and then she drew a heart, and I told her, why don't you color it the color red? And she colored it green. And then the one thing that I remember that she told me was that love doesn't come in just one color, but in many colors.
That is profound.
That's
That is
beautiful.
profound.
And that's the one-on-one connection that you get to
Yes.
make
You only
in this
make.
program, which is very nice to see
Absolutely.
that process growing.
Definitely.
Wonderful. Thank you. What skills did you acquire, Caroline? I know using your teaching expertise.
It was nice because I was able to do more than just what we learn in class. I was able to actually experience and being able to transfer that to that child, being able to practice not only what I've learned through my classes, but also able to teach that child. It was great.
Macrina, how does Pages for All Ages differ from perhaps other service learning experiences that you've been involved with in the past?
Well, from the past experiences that I have in service learning, church-wise or school-wise, high school-wise, this experience by far is the most well-organized, the most, very passionate for what these people do. To have a connection with children, for me, it's the biggest, the most, impacting thing in my life. So, very touching.
On a personal level, can you share with us what you learned about yourself from participating in this project?
I think that what I've learned the most is that what I like to do, it's my passion to teach is not only in a classroom setting, but also I can relate it to another child, and I can sit with them separate from the class. I can be with a child there and being able to sit and practice what I've learned. I think it's great to know that's what I like to do, and it doesn't matter where I'm at, I'm gonna be able to transfer that to another child.
Very good. And
Thank
for the
you.
both of you, thank you quickly. Would you recommend Pages for All Ages to any other MDC student?
Yes.
Of course.
Thank you both for being on the show today with us.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for all the hard work that you do as well.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're going to take another short break, but when we come back, we'll talk with a special mentor.
But before we go on break, here are some reflections from some of our MDC mentors.
Hi, my name is Cecilia Villascusa, and I am a student at Miami-Dade College Homestead campus, and I am also the active president in Psychology Club. I joined Pages for All Ages so that we can help in the mission of helping children write and create their own books, as well as collect a library for the children so that they can work off of. We did a book drive at the school where we were able to collect over 40 children's books. And next year's mission is to fill up this bookshelf with more books.
Fresh thinking is being served at Miami-Dade College. Create your own recipe for success in the evolution of food culture at the Miami Culinary Institute. Learn the skills you need to jumpstart your career in the culinary arts. Turn green into gourmet and celery into salary. Miami Culinary Institute. Food, culture, innovation. Visit us at miamidadeculinary.com. Register now. Miami Culinary Institute.
Welcome back. As I said before, mentors are an integral part of Pages for All Ages.
With their effort, we have an amazing success rate with all the children that are part of this program. With us is a special mentor, Diana Cruz. Welcome, Diana, to the show.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So glad to have you here with us.
Diana, this is your second semester with Pages for All Ages. Yes.
Yeah.
And we're so excited. What made you participate in the project the second time around?
Well, it started when I entered my speech class and my professor told me I had to do service learning again. And I remember that in the previous semester I had done it with Jessica. And I was like, I really wanted to return. I had such an amazing time, and I really missed my child because we had such a special bond. And I went back.
You had the great idea of creating a newsletter for Pages for All Ages, and actually you did create one, and it is the first edition of our newsletter. We want to thank you once again formally. What gave you the idea? How did you come up with the concept of creating a newsletter for a project?
Well, I was in high school and I had done it there. I was the chief editor, and I really wanted to show this amazing project that you two were working on. So I suggested the idea and you guys agreed, so I made it.
Came out wonderful.
It's beautiful.
Wonderful.
It's
great
beautiful.
to highlight
Yes.
all the events.
Now, I know that this kind of prompted some career readiness or career focus changes. Can you tell us a little bit about your major before and what you're considering majoring in now?
Well, I was a business major, and even though I'm still registered as that, I want to change it to mass communication and journalism because this inspired me so much to do that change, and I'm doing research right now to see what I have to do and where I will have to go to study. And I also, it gave me confidence, like a boost, and I entered the estuaries contest and I actually won.
And you won. For
My
an
story
essay you
will
wrote.
be printed
Yes.
in the summer.
Thank
That's
you.
great. We're going to take another short break, but when we come back, we'll give you the latest on Pages for All Ages.
But before we go to break, here's another video of one of our graduating authors.
Today is the big day. My teammates and I are going to play our final game. This is the picture teacher room. My teammates and I are participating. Before our game starts, we were practicing very hard for success for our final day. The game is about to begin. We made a plan. The plan is I go close to the goal and my teammate gets the ball, passes to me, and I'll make all the goals.
The School for Continuing Education and Professional Development has an outreach center in Aventura. At this center, we offer after-school programs for children to improve their artistic abilities while improving their grades. We also offer programs for seniors that include floral arrangements, jewelry making, arts and crafts, acting, and so much more. For more information or to register, you can visit us online or call 305-936-2585.
Welcome back. Pages for All Ages has had its share of success in its short existence.
Here are some of the highlights of this remarkable initiative.
This past November, we attended the Florida Campus Compact 2012 Community Service Directors Retreat held at the University of Tampa in Tampa, Florida. At this retreat, we networked with service learning leaders from across the state. From this engagement, we were invited to present our project Pages for All Ages at the Community College National Center for Community Engagement 22nd Annual International Conference that will be held in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Also in March, we hosted our third Pages for All Ages New Author Ceremony, where 18 children from the community read their books for the first time, thus becoming new authors. With this success, we are looking to expand and take Pages for All Ages to other members of the community.
And there will be more to come.
So stay tuned to see what's next in our next installment of Pages for All Ages.
Until then, have a great day.